So, 24 years old, figuring out. Maybe you're in a similar position to me. You're sort of at that weird age now where it's like you're not a teenager no more, but you're not quite a settled adult either. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're in this weird crossroads part of your life. Maybe you've got like pressure from like other factors, so like your family and friends to maybe get settled, get married, find that career and just settle down. A lot of people I know now, like who are my age, sort of they're on that road of like about to get married. Some people have kids, you know, and like all saving for houses and stuff. And I'm over here like in this job that I hate, and I'm like, man, I'm just trying to fucking figure that shit out. Do you know what I mean? So like the uncertainty of life right now is pretty overwhelming. Like I said, I'm in this weird part where I'm about to leave my job, which I completely hate, and go out into the world again and like try and figure it out again. So let me just talk a little bit about my situation. This is where I'm at. So for over 5 years now, I've been in the Navy, Royal Navy, and man, I've spent 5 years now, like just fucking trying to figure it out. Before I joined up, I was like, what, 18, something like that. I was working this dishwashing job, just trying to get an odd bit of money. I was smoking weed all the time. You know what I mean? So I needed like this change in life because I was like, this ain't it for me. So I joined the Navy because I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life. Okay, so now here we are 5 years later, right? And I still don't fucking know. Do you know what I mean? Like I know I don't want to be in the Navy, and I know I don't want to go back to that dishwashing job, that's for sure. So I've kind of used this as like a stepping stone, but I was hoping like I might be able to get a career out of it. But I've spent like years now sacrificing sleep, sacrificing nutrition, dealing with like shitty people that I don't want to work with. Do you know what I mean? Yes, there's been good benefits. I've like managed to be like saving money. That's always good. I've managed to travel, a lot of it for free through the Navy. That's all great. That's all great. But it gets to a point where like living in bunk beds in a mess deck, it gets to a point where it's a bit too much. Like I'm coming up on 25 now. I'm 24. Like by the time I get out the Navy, I'm 25 years old, man. Mid 20s, and it's like, what am I doing? Where am I going? So me leaving is going to be a huge change in my life, because you go from this structured lifestyle telling you where to be, what time to be there, what clothes to wear, the right rig, right place, right time, all that stuff that they always teach you, right? So I'm going for this really structured life, and I'm going out into the open, and I've got to try and figure that out. I got to try and figure a career path, because there's only so far you can go on like minimum wage, and I know that, and I'm trying to make some big bucks in my life, but how do I get there? Where do I go? What do I train as? What do I learn? Do I take courses? Do I go back to college? Do I say, I'm just gonna go travel? But it has to happen, and it has to happen because I cannot do another year of just being stuck in this job, which just gives you no life freedom. Little things that you like take for granted, like cooking your own food, sleeping in your own bed, seeing your friends, seeing your family. A lot of lads, they got kids and all that, and they don't see them, end up like divorced and all that sort of stuff because they're just away all the time. I spend 9 months of every year away. 9 months at home. Sorry, 9 months away, and I spend 3 months at home out of a year. So I barely see my family. So what am I going to do about it? Okay, so I put my notice in. Thank God, right? I got just under 10 months left. It's a 1 year notice to get out. You put your notice in, 1 year from that point is when you actually get out. So I put my notice in July 13th of 2025, and I won't get out until July 2026. So I've got 10 months now. Keep saving, keep figuring out what I want to do. Here's the rough idea of what I want to do. When I was 18, it was sort of like my dream to I wanted to go to Australia. I wanted to go do a working holiday visa, just work odd jobs and just like try and figure out life because I didn't know what I wanted to do, right? But I ended up joining the Navy instead. And the reason why is because like I was I was using a lot of drugs, and that life was just, it needed sorting before I could like move forward with with anything else. So I joined the Navy to get a career, to get sober, because I needed something so big in my life, which was like, if you fuck up, you're gonna lose your job, you're gonna make your family disappointed. Like this whole career of you traveling the world, that's never gonna happen now. And I just needed some structure in my life because I had like no structure, right? I had like no discipline, and that's just something I had to do. So I never went to Australia. Do I still want to do that? Yes, I do. I still want to leave, and I want to go, but this time it's different. So I want to go to Australia, but I want to be working labor jobs, engineering, things like landscaping, anything like that, like construction style work jobs, because I'm not very good at like sitting down behind a desk for like 8 hours a day and typing, and I don't really like that. I like to be active, I like to be moving, I like to use my body. I'm better with working with my hands than I am with my brain. So for me, I need a job which is, it's just going to be hands-on. So I want to go out there. I still want to do that because I don't want to get to the point where I'm over the threshold of age like that. I think you can apply. I'm gonna actually just Google this real quick, but I'm pretty sure it's like in your 30s, like you're not allowed to go. All right, so yeah, between 18 and 30 is when you can apply for it, right? So I'm coming out, right? I'm gonna be 25 years old by the time I get out, and if I don't do it now, like, what the hell, man? I'm just gonna leave it too late. So I want to go out there, and I want to be able to go out there, do maybe between a year and 3 years, like somewhere in that range. But I want to be learning a trade. I want to be getting a skill, and I want to be able to come back to the UK. I may not come back to the UK, but if I do come back to the UK, I want to be able to come back with a skill that I can like use. So that's kind of roughly where I'm going with this. You just gotta figure it out, man. To a lot of people, that's gonna sound like a terrible idea. A lot of people are gonna say, bro, you need to like, as soon as you leave, you need to be like going straight back into education. Bro, as soon as you leave, you're gonna need to like really hustle to like find a career. Like, bro, alright, there is a sense of urgency. I do need to find something going on, yes. But 20s, when you're in your 20s, this is the time where you can take risks. I haven't got any kids. I haven't got a missus. I haven't got a mortgage. I'm not married. I don't have anything tying me down like that. So I have that freedom to just go off and do something. So that's where I'm at. That's my plan. So if you're in a similar position to me, whatever it is, maybe you're working a job that you don't like, just think about things. You have time. You have time. Okay, next thing I want to talk about is like money and independence, right? So over the last 2 to 3 years, I'd say I've cracked down quite seriously on my savings goals. I've been learning about saving, investing. I've been opening up like a LISA, which is, if you don't know what that is, in the UK we have like lifetime ISAs, and it's used for getting a mortgage of first property or for retirement. Those are the only two things you can use it for. Stocks and shares ISAs, pensions. I've been learning all about that, which is something like they don't really teach you in school. So I've been trying to figure that out, And my parents, I mean, they always said like save some money, but they never told me like invest money, because that they never done any of that. So, and I'm like, realizing it's not about how much you earn. It's literally about, how you budget it, how you save, how much you can save. So this is the thing which is getting me though. It's the wants, right? It's like the tension between wanting to live now and like putting that money for my future. So I've had to really cut down on like unnecessary expenses because I'm trying to leave the Navy. And that's such a big thing, like this isn't just like leaving a job. It's not just that. It's like leaving a lifestyle, like I was just saying, So saving money and, saving and investing, that's like something I'm still trying to figure out, but we're getting there. Okay, so next thing, like relationships and like the lifestyle. So I'm like I said, I'm away for like 9 months every year. Do like 3 months away, come back for a month. 3 months away, come back for a month. That's sort of like my schedule, my work schedule. And it's brutal when I'm away, So that 9 months away makes it so hard to like build relationships In my 5 years of being in the Navy, I've had 2 relationships. Both of them not lasted longer than 9 months, so that's not great, you know. But it just wasn't right. I mean, the distance really fucking killed the relationships. You know, it's hard to build connection. Like, it's tough, man. It's really tough. So I'm still trying to figure all that out as well. I think it's just more of like a realization that like where you are in life, like the timing and the lifestyle can really affect like love and relationships. So like trying to take fitness more seriously as well. That's something like I'm trying to sort. So like again, being in the Navy, right? You'd think that would be like a seriously healthy job. You know, people in the military, they're fit, they're healthy. Now think again. So like the sleep deprivation is a mad one for me. Like I'm watch keeping a lot of the time. If you don't really know what watch keeping is like, you know, staying up through the night, keeping watches. So like, you know, guard duty, things like that. Sailing the ship when we're at sea. Like someone has to be sailing it like at midnight. Someone has to be sailing it at 4 a.m. You know, that never really stops. If the ship's on a transit, you just transit. Like you go round the clock. Do you know what I mean? So you have to hold watches. So sleep. I barely sleep, man. 9 months of the year, I barely sleep. It's not good. It's been proven to like increase your chances of like getting dementia at like an elderly age and like mental health like struggles and issues. It's bad. Like you need to sleep. So things that I can avoid, because a lot of that is like not very avoidable. It's the job. Until I get out, that's what it is. But things I can avoid. So drinking. Drinking's a big one. I've been cutting down on that a lot. I maybe drink on one occasion a month, maybe. I just want like more longevity in my life and in my skate life as well. Like I want to be able to skate for a long time. That's something you know, I'm still skating. I still try and do that because it's good to have hobbies, man. It's good to have hobbies. It kind of grounds you whilst all this chaos is going on around you. So it's good to have hobbies. That for me, I can like go skate and it just clears my mind. You know, I'm not thinking about like all the shit that's going on behind me. So yeah, sobriety as well, like sobriety from like drug use. That's massive. That's huge, like for me. Obviously, I'm in the Navy anyway, so like I don't do any drugs, but like just being so clear-minded, it just keeps you on the straight and narrow. It's unreal. Like I used to love smoking weed all the time. Used to love it. Thought it was the best thing ever until it become like a really toxic lifestyle. Do you know what I mean? Like you start becoming a bit of a waster and like just getting up to like just antics. Being sober, it just gives you that clear mind, that clear mindset, you know. So what lessons have I learned at 24 years old? It's okay to not have everything figured out. Some people do have it figured out at this age. Cool. Me, I don't. A lot of people don't. And it's okay not to have it figured out. You've got your 30s, your 40s, your 50s to get your life figured out. Another thing I've learned, small, consistent habits, they add up. Training, stretching, saving money, learning. These things all add up. The more you do them, the better you get. You don't need to compare your path to everyone else's. Like you'll see on social media, that's a big one right now. Like people just live in this fancy life and you think everything's all like sick on their end, but realistically it's probably not. So try not to compare yourself to everyone because everyone's going through their own stuff. So I'm 24 years old. I don't have it all figured out, but that's okay. This age, at your 20s, it's all about learning, building foundations, good habits, trying, failing, and just like preparing for the future. But also you've got to enjoy the ride. So if you're in a similar position, you're out there, you're figuring it out, best of luck with things. Thanks for watching my video.